Hey, what's up? I'm Jay Sean, and you are watching Media Spotlight UK. Keep it right here. Peace.
You told me I don't love you, don't say that, put no one above you, you know that.
Media Spotlight UK has the pleasure to interview the biggest R&B artist in the UK. Got to give you that title right there. 15 million singles, 5 times platinum, am I right? Facts are good, right?
Very good.
You've collaborated with people like Nicki Minaj, Lil Wayne, Sean Paul. The list goes on, or maybe I just can't remember who else you collaborated with. So many different people as well. And the best thing is, 2008, you got the big opportunity of signing to a massive label, which is Cash Money Records.
Yep.
So a big announcement was made a couple of weeks ago, and I'm not talking about the birth of his beautiful child, Ava. No, that was lovely. Big Media Spotlight UK, welcome to Jay Sean.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm so happy we've got someone that's cheering because this room is pretty empty, to be honest.
Yeah.
Way!
I love that guy, Jay Sean. Woo!
I met him when I was 15 years old.
Oh,
Congratulations for your beautiful baby Ava.
Thank you so much.
She's so cute.
She's a little cutie, isn't she?
She's actually well cute.
Yeah,
No. I'm not just saying, oh, she's really.
Yeah,
She's
really
well
cute. I know.
Just want to grab her little cheek.
Oh
she's
my God.
adorable.
I'm gonna start crying because I miss her right now.
Where is she now?
She's at home, but
Is she?
I'm not going to see her for about 3 days.
Oh,
because I'm just going. I'm doing up and down the country doing promo. But it's funny how attached you get to something
Really?
that was never there 11 months ago, and you're like, where were you my whole life? Like,
Yeah.
you love that person more than anything in
Does
the
it
world.
change your life?
Oh yeah, of course.
Crazily.
Just in a beautiful way though. Like, I feel like in terms of priorities, up until now, I guess everything's been pretty much selfish because and self-centered really, because the job that I do, it's me, it's fucking giant me answering questions about me, and so everything's very self-absorbed. And not that I've ever been, I would hope that to think that I'd never come across as conceited or arrogant,
no.
But in terms of from in here, just having too much is a bit too much, attention on yourself, and to give it all away and go, whatever, that won't mean anything. When you come home and there's that little baby, he doesn't care what dad does.
Aww.
She don't even know what I do. I could be a plumber for all she knows.
She won't know, will
she? She don't care though, does she?
Does she listen to your songs?
The same amount. I mean, they've been around. I'm sure she hears them.
Yeah.
It's what's really interesting is she reacts to me in the video now. Like, if I'm not there, and if Tara plays her a music video of mine, she'll go grab the screen as if, because she knows it's her dad. Yeah, which is cute.
That's really adorable, because you see so
cute.
many videos online where you've got the little baby singing along to loads of tracks or dancing along to tracks. Are we going to get one of Ava?
Probably. I mean, I'm very selective as to what I share with the whole world.
Yeah, of course.
Because I feel like there's some things which are still just so precious. You know what I mean? I'm not going to share her first steps with the world.
No,
I don't think I should.
Share
But
it through your music.
yeah, but little funny things for sure.
Yeah.
She does crazy stuff, which I think is hilarious, which I would probably put on Instagram just because I think it's so cute.
Yeah. So are you sure you're the real Jay Sean?
Why?
I mean, have you not seen you breaking into the Mobos? I mean, you didn't even you didn't even get the front seats on the table. I mean, I thought somebody
what I was
like
most
yourself
upset about.
Why would you do that? Even my seats were better than his.
I wasn't even upset at the whole thing. I was laughing the whole way until I saw that and I went, really? You're just gonna accept those seats up there? Really?
Oh my God.
And then I told him that
and
in real life.
Would you wear those round sunglasses? I don't even think that's your style,
And
is
I
it?
told him that too.
Did you?
Yeah.
When
I
did
saw
you meet him?
About a week later when I came back. No, sorry, a week ago in England. There's another funny clip up on YouTube where he goes to go and do an interview as me.
Oh yeah.
And then I barge in on his interview and I was like, you need to stop doing this.
Oh really? Is it on YouTube?
Yeah,
I've got to watch that, definitely for sure. If you haven't
So I
seen
go
the
in on
prank,
him there.
you've definitely got to watch it. It's hilarious. Yeah. Obviously, big news last couple of weeks. I'm going to ask you the question that probably everyone's going to ask you. Why did you leave Cash Money Records?
Oh man, it just got to a point.
Big question.
It got to a point where I couldn't stomach making another pop song like that again. Another generic, money-earning, but bland pop song. And I because the thing is, I'm not saying that the ones that I did were like that, but what was happening was it was getting to that point because the songs that were most successful on radio were the dumbest. And it was like literally, it had no, there would be songs which had no substance, but it was just this. I was like, oh man, please don't tell me I've got to write songs like this now. If this where it's heading, and I couldn't do it anymore. I found joy and pride in writing down, and Do You Remember, and 2012, but then somewhere down the line, those kind of pop songs just started to get a little more dumb, to the point where I'm like, I can't believe people are actually buying this stuff, and I don't want to partake in that anymore. That's not my lane.
So 2008, that's when you got signed.
Yeah.
You released an album in 2009 and then 2013. Why such a big gap? You're signed to one of the biggest
Because I was struggling.
record labels.
I was struggling with my... there's a lot you guys don't know. I was struggling not only with my creativity, I was struggling with the label. I needed out, even then. You know what I mean? I was trying to just find a way to go out so I could take control of my career again. Because when you're dealing with such a massive label like that, okay, there's Drake, there's Nicki, there's Wayne, there's all these people who have their own mad schedules. And you know, it comes to a point where I needed my own personal attention. If I wasn't getting it, you know what I mean, then I kind of needed to back away from that. But, you know, contractually, I was still bound. I did 2 albums in that time. I scrapped them because they were going to put them out and I hated them. And I was like, and the problem for me was doing music I was proud of.
Yeah.
I just couldn't do it.
No.
I could write him in a second. Music I'm proud of. I wrote The Mistress during that time period. Why? Because I needed to write The Mistress because all that I was being told is we need a pop album. So I'm sitting there writing this stuff that I hated. And I was going, what am I doing? Is this why I did music in the first place? I was like, no, I need to write some shit that I love. So I wrote The Mistress. Gave it away for free because, of course, I was still in a label.
Yeah.
So I couldn't make money off it. I gave it for free. That was my way of telling the fans, don't worry. I know what you're thinking. It's all good. I got you. Check this out.
I did feel like it was quite different coming out with all the music that you did.
Yeah.
I think it's not even just the music, it's the image, the music videos. You're a very sultry, sort of sexy sound, emotional in your music, and that's how I felt.
Absolutely.
Like with Ride It, I literally, my friends would be like, "Oh my god, this song gets me well excited." Like all this stuff, like the type of R&B that we don't have in the UK.
Absolutely.
And I loved all of that. And it became very Pitbull, very...
No, I know exactly.
Do
yes.
Spanish,
yeah.
cheesy,
I
that
know.
sort of thing.
Listen, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I was fully aware of that the whole time. But what do you do when you're handcuffed?
Yeah.
What do you do if that's no option? And then worse than that is then that music was actually successful.
It was.
So it worked.
Yeah.
So when it works, guess what happens? Oh, well, clearly we need you to do more of the same. And I was like, oh no, I'm not becoming that guy. When
did you feel like you wanted to leave? When was the point? So you signed in 2008, had an album in 2009. There was a massive gap between then.
After 2012.
After 2012.
After 2012 came out. Listen, 2012 was so successful. In England, that was my 3rd biggest song I've ever had.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous. It's so crazy how big that song was. After 2012, I needed out. I was like, Hit the Lights for me was a low point. Because Hit the Lights got to the point where I was like, this is not me. I don't know why I'm even doing this. And the video was awful. And I I hated everything about it.
Yeah.
Ironically, I still like performing Hit the Lights though. I do
like
like
that song.
No, I'm not saying I don't like the song.
Yeah.
It was the video and everything about it, and the fact that I really went into Club World. And I was like, because once you open the door to Club World, that's it.
Yeah.
So I was like, I've opened Pandora's box now. That's it. You understand? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, I had basically gone down this lane, and I went too far down it. And then I was like, okay, I actually need to get out of this. So leaving them, and right now for me to just be independent for me is, I feel like I can just be me. But don't get me wrong. All of the time I spent there with Cash Money, I had the time of my life.
What's the biggest thing you've taken away from being signed for such a huge label and meeting people like Nicki, Lil Wayne,
That's what
all
it
these
is.
big people?
Forget that part. It's just the culture shock of me being this Indian boy from Hounslow, going all the way to
sounds
sign.
Crazy you saying it right now.
To sitting there in a private jet with Birdman and Wayne and these guys, and I'm sitting there laughing my head off, going, what are you doing here, bro?
Yeah.
How did this happen?
Yeah.
And it's just hilarious to me. All of it. Yo, the stories that I have of just my adventures.
Yeah.
Just enough to fill 15 books.
Really?
And I had the time of my life. I don't regret a single moment of being signed to Cash Money. I just wish that I was able to do a bit more of me.
Yeah.
I think had I come out, if they, like Birdman wanted to release Ride It in America before Down.
Yeah.
Because he loves that song. Hey, that might have been a whole different story.
Yeah.
And if we did that,
that's more you.
and if we did that, who knows where it could have gone. But, you know, it just got to the point where it's like, yo, I love you, but I've got to bounce, man, because I need to do my thing. I love you, and I know you have to do your thing too.
Do you think the only reason you took the jump, the leap to get out of that label is because you were financially stable because of the pop records?
That's a great point, and you're a very smart girl, because nobody has asked me that yet, and I was waiting for people to ask me that. Of course, I'd be lying if I said no, it didn't provide some cushion of support. Of course it does. But do you know how much more I could have made being there? Listen, what I have decided to do is basically say, I am willing to sacrifice 10 million sales for 800,000. The biggest R&B song in America right now, you're lucky if it sells 800,000 in America, where there's 300 million people.
Yeah.
Then imagine how much that sells in England. It's peanuts.
It's not a lot at all.
I'm not doing any of this for money anymore. I'm not doing this for money, clearly, because this is for free.
Yeah.
So this has nothing to do with money. This had everything to do with my integrity and my happiness. This had everything to do with me going, you know what, Jay, just forget everything else. You've done so much. You've achieved so much. And it's okay for you to step away and be like, yeah, I'm okay. I'll go here in the smaller niche, the smaller little pond, where I'll actually a lot happier.
Another cheeky question I want to ask you, actually, and then we'll move on to some positive stuff, which is the Mistress II. Do you feel it could have been because of race a little bit as well? Because which Indian boy has gone over there? You are the only one. So many people have tried it since Eyes on You, and no one's done it. Everyone's trying.
I know.
Everyone's trying, but no one's done it. Why? Why?
I don't know.
Why?
I don't know. I know.
I mean, I'm never going to make it because I'm Asian.
Do you understand that how weird it is when I watch these shows and like people show me clippings of people auditioning at X Factor and The Voice, and there's an Indian boy, and all the time they sing a Jay Sean song.
Yeah.
And I look at that and I go, wow, that's so insane. Of all the songs in the world, they chose mine to showcase their talent. They look up to me that much. And that really humbles me, but also makes me want to do something to make sure that we can come through, because we deserve. Why am I the only one?
Why are you
Still,
the only
in
one?
12 years, why has no one come up? And I know people are making moves, for sure. I mean, I know there's a lot of people who are making moves, you know what I mean? But it just hasn't come to that point where I personally feel where we're accepted enough. And it's gonna take time, and it's frustrating. And I always say this to people when they get frustrated. I say, listen, don't worry, because back in the day, you know, it was only like, I don't know, God, 60 years ago or something, where blacks and whites couldn't piss in the same toilet. So we're worried because there's not enough Indians in the mainstream music industry. Like, it's gonna take time. You know what I mean? And there was when the first black guy came into the music industry, I'm sure he stuck out like a sore thumb, and everyone in the audience were like, what is this? I don't know if I can understand this.
Yeah.
When the first black guy came into sports, so I was watching a film, 1942 or whatever it was called, the baseball film.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, he had to go through all that.
Yeah.
And all he wanted to do was play baseball. That's it, like everyone else. But it was, so I do think race has a lot to do with it.
The bit that I'm most excited about, and you're probably waiting for, is the Mistress II.
Yes.
I'm so excited.
Oh, I can't wait
Hashtag
for
Tears
you
in the
to hear
Ocean. Oh my God, it's amazing.
Thank you so much.
I woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning last night. I was like, I can't sleep. I'm interviewing Jay Sean. I watch his video just again. Just sitting there watching it. And my mum came just like, what are you doing? I was like, oh, nothing. I'm watching like Boys or something. I was watching you, but you know, amazing. Yeah. Really good. So
thank you.
That's not the first track you've had.
This is the first song off the Mistress II.
That's fully released.
Yes.
That you're fully releasing. There was a clip of another one as well.
Oh yeah, there was. That's the one that's coming out in a week's time.
In a week's time.
So All I Want is coming out in a week's
Hot
time.
video.
Sick video. So
this is more Jay Sean. Now
well,
we're
you
seeing
know that
more,
straight away.
Definitely, we're seeing
as soon as you
more,
saw Tears in the Ocean, I'm sure you probably went,
absolutely.
okay, there he is.
Clothes,
There he is,
styling,
exactly.
video, sound, voices coming
Right,
out. Not just a chorus. It was brilliant.
Exactly.
Really good.
Thank you. I'm glad that it comes across like that.
Oh,
because
definitely.
That's what I wanted. And all I want is, well, it's just for me, just a sick song. I think you guys are going to love
High
this
five.
song.
Well done.
You guys are going to love it. I'm so passionate about it. I'm just so
Yeah.
excited.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm actually getting excited for you.
I know,
It's
I'm-
really
I'm
good.
really excited.
You can tell you're so happy.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's something that I love and I'm proud of. So, you know, to think that it's just a week away, it's just so fun for me.
So if you had to describe Mistress 2 in 3 words,
Oh, man.
and you can't use the word sexy and sultry because we know you're back on that game now. We know you're back there.
All right.
Counting.
Provocative.
Same thing. You just used a
No,
bigger word.
provocative. Honest.
Oh,
And I don't mean because it's a real life story.
Yeah.
When you hear the lyrics on this, you're going to be like, did he just say that? Because guys aren't meant to say that kind of shit to
Oh,
their
I
girls.
love that sort of stuff.
Yeah, so it's like a guy, literally you're expecting to get slapped from the girl, but he's being so honest.
Really?
Being real. Like, yo, you want to know? You want to know everything? I'll tell you everything. Yeah, I did her hair, I did this, I did that.
Yeah.
I don't remember her name. I didn't call her after, but he's saying everything.
Yeah.
And he's like, do you feel better now? Like, he's just being real about it.
Yeah.
And it's the kind of stuff where it's so honest about the relationship, you know, and about what can happen. Because when boys talk, we talk about stuff like this.
Yeah.
And we're like, you know what? You know, why are we built? Why are we so different? Why are guys and girls built so differently?
Very
Why is
different.
it that my baba, when he was alive, bless his soul,
Yeah.
he'd come driving and he's 80 years old and a girl would walk by with big boobs.
Yeah.
And I look at my baba and he's looking at her in the rearview mirror. And I go, what are you looking at? He goes, nothing. I went, I saw you looking at her. He's like, yes, she had big. I was like, Dudley doesn't say that. You don't see my grandma checking
Yeah.
men out.
No, same with my dad.
Why is my granddad
My
checking
dad
out?
would spot them boobs. My
Yeah.
mum wouldn't say anything. She'd be, oh, her skin's lovely. She must be using Lancome or something.
But how about my grandma wouldn't look at another man?
Yeah.
But my granddad could look at another, and he's a granddad. Because we're men. Don't expect us not to. I'm just being honest. We're men. Don't expect us not to look. We like things that are pretty. We like visual things.
Yeah.
But so why do you think girls make an effort so much?
Yeah.
Why do you think men, when they get older, bellies come out here, balding, they don't give a crap. You look at their wives, they're still making an effort.
Yeah.
Why? Because they know that men are visual. And they know that if I'm going to keep my man, I want to look after myself. And they want to feel good about themselves.
Yeah.
And women aren't as visual necessarily. They're more about, you know, stability. He loves me. He's a good dad. He's a good husband. He does this, that, and the other.
Thinking
He works
a lot.
hard.
Yeah.
Do you understand? We are different. And it's okay to acknowledge that. And that's what this is all about. This
Yeah.
is like, for me, actually a socially important issue that I'm talking about. So when people are like, is it real life? I'm like, of course it's not real life. I've just told everyone I'm married with a kid.
Yeah.
But yes, you want me to say some controversial stuff? I'm going to say some controversial stuff.
Good luck to you. Good luck with Mistress
you.
2.
Thank you
I'm
so
sure it's
much.
going to be amazing. And if it sells out, I'm coming for you.
I promise I'll put it up just again for you for an hour.
Please, just for an hour, right? Awesome. Thank you so much.
Of
and that was
course.
Jay
Thank you,
Sean
guys.
on Media Spotlight UK.
Loving you, then